Okay. Welcome back to Grow Messy. And and what a hot minute it has been since I've been on a YouTube video for the garden. So if you've noticed, we've done a lot of YouTube videos for the kids in the Brandon Bros fishing show. But I'd like to get at least one video in before I go back to work. I don't even know if I have. I put it on a YouTube video. So I think the last one was like fried plants and broken ankles. Anyway, I broke my ankle. We're better now. Been doing physical therapy and orthopedic, all of that, workers' comp. But I'm going back to work, and I think mentally I'm ready, and physically not ready. I'm not even sure if my uniform is gonna fit. So that's a big question. Anyway, so I wanted to come film a YouTube video for you guys and just give you kind of a life update, which that was pretty much my life update. Nothing else has really changed. Still doing the horticulture club thing in Decatur, the Wise County Horticulture Club. So if you're local and you're interested in a club, please come out. We'd love to have you. We've added a few more chairs this season. Include communications chair and media chair and education chair. And I think there's one other one that I'm missing. Programs chair? I forget. Anyway, so, you know, we're adding new things, adding new positions, giving the opportunity for someone else to get involved and kind of make a difference in our club. So excited about that. And turns out the cost of eggs went up. Did you know that? The cost of eggs, a dozen eggs from the grocery store, is like $3.99, which makes me look real dumb because I've been selling my eggs for $3 a dozen, and I've got farm fresh eggs straight out of the chicken. So with that being said, I'm probably gonna have to raise my prices on eggs to at least $4 a dozen. Really, I'd like to do like $4.50 or $5, but still want to be reasonable. And I'm still giving eggs sometimes away at the market and stuff. Anyway, yeah, going back to work Monday. I'm nervous, but it's time. It's time. So, yeah, I'm in the garden. Let's put some feed out. Okay, I got bird seed, and I got 16% layer mini pellets is what I get. So let's go put some feed out. Another thing we're gonna put out is some cardboard. So I've been putting cardboard down in the garden to kind of help with the grass, to just like kill the grass, add some carbon back to the soil, good things. But I think what I'm gonna do, my plan is gonna have to be the weed fabric. If I wanna grow in ground in the garden, I'm gonna have to put weed fabric down, like with the little holes that you cut out, because otherwise, grass. Some boxes. You can add this to your compost system too, but I'm just gonna open it up and spread it out and try to kill some weeds. bird food that I get. I'm gonna go put this baby out. Did find this today. Thing's like massive and heavy. So I was thinking if I ever needed to defend myself, you know, no, it's dirty. I didn't even check for spiders. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this puppy in the Jeep. This is my bag of mini pellets. I do the mini pellets because I feel like it's easier for the chickens to eat. All right, I'm gonna cut up this cardboard. My handy dandy pocket knife. I will say this year we've struggled a lot with red wasp, specifically. They've been in my birdhouses. They've been in my like decorative chicken things, and in my big spool that I have that I use as a table. So we've been trying to combat them. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say. I don't remember. And another thing that we've battled are the sticker plants, which I think people call those different things, like grass burrs, or I don't know. They're like the really, really pokey sticker plant. If you step on it, or if you get it in your finger, like it releases a poison and it like burns for a little while. Anyway, lots of those in the garden, lots of those in the yard. So we've been digging them up as best we can, but it's hard to overcome those little suckers, especially whenever I don't want to use a whole bunch of chemicals in the garden. Matter of fact, this whole season we've been chemical free. I don't know, I'm like paranoid that someone is gonna walk up behind me. I think I've been watching too much true crime. Didn't think I was into it, and then all of a sudden I started watching it, and then I got sucked in. So garden update, it's basically just full of grass. I'm growing grass. Everything died over the summer, like died back pretty significantly. And once the weather changed and it kind of got a little cooler outside, everything started to bounce back. But then so did the grass. So I trimmed up all of the tomatoes that I have on my twine trellis. A few of them are still leaned over. But my roses are blooming. My asparagus is looking good. My mint has come back in full force. My rosemary still look really good. The okra has bounced back significantly, but I can't get over there to it to even cut the okra off of it, so we're just leaving the okra on the plant, which is fine too. It's just a lot of grass. So I'm gonna show you what I did on this far side as far as like the weed fabric and what my plan is. The only other thing I'm trying to figure out is like the raised bed situations, which they're not really raised bed. They're about 11 inches off the ground. Maybe like 10, 8, I don't know. They've shrunk and the boards have shrunk because they're weathered, but the two beds that I have where my arched trellis is just completely covered in grass. And I'm not digging it out. I refuse. We're gonna have to just kill it a different way. So I've got the cardboard in there now, but I don't have it like pressed down enough to where it'll block out the sun enough to where it will kill it. Maybe I'll just wait until winter and then redo it. The keyhole garden, I will say, is still really good. I have some tomatoes growing in there, and they're still producing tomatoes. But the soil is excellent. The only problem is it has sank probably 2 feet. So I'm gonna have to start over and fill it up again. And what I mean by that, and I do have a video on keyhole gardening, so if you go back into my videos list, you'll find the keyhole gardening. But you fill it up with like your big logs, sticks, leaves, you know, those kinds of things, your big stuff, and then you add like your compost. Well, your compost would be the last thing, because that's what you want to put your plants into or your seeds into. You know, like fill dirt, things like that, cardboard. Yeah. So I'm gonna figure that one out because I still have stuff growing in it. Might wait until winter again, like I said, and then fill that bad boy back up, because there's no point in having a keyhole if it's 2 feet low, because then you're still bending over to try to weed it out, and grass is coming up in it because it's gotten so low. But I'll show you that. Here's the keyhole. So I have this rose bush here. This is a tomato plant, and I think it's actually 2 tomato plants that are in there. I think I pulled the other one out. But you can see, and this is some basil that I have growing. It smells really good. You can see how far it's just dropped. That's an eggplant over there that's trying to come back. We have more eggplant in the garden, but if you look at this soil. This also used to be like, you know, sticks, leaves, grass clippings. Actually, the moisture level is pretty far down there. This is all pretty dry. But I haven't watered this at all. So a lot of that moisture is my own fault. It did rain. You go further down, you'll probably hit some moist spots, but it just hasn't been my priority. I don't know what's going on since I've been off of work. I haven't wanted to come down here. I haven't had a lot of motivation. Now I have been doing some like hormonal things, trying to get my hormones checked, thyroid, you know, all those things. So stopped taking that medication, and I'm on like just regular supplements and like a daily vitamin, and I think it's helping. I really do. Anyway, sidetracked. So keyhole is priority for next spring, because I want to be able to plant more in there and kind of maybe give it a little bit more focus. But I'll show you about the weed fabric right quick. We're fixing to lose light, so I'm gonna have to shut this video down, but I'm glad I was able to come on here and chat with you guys for a minute. This is the sticker plant that I was telling you about. So the main part of it's here, but then it goes way out here, and it's got these massive pokey demons on there that are just horrible. So I call these stickers, some call them grass burrs. I think there's a few other names for them, but they're the worst. They dig up pretty easily though. You just gotta get the root and everything. And this is the weed fabric. And it's got the holes in it. Let's go take a look. So, you see, we've burned the holes. This is a marigold that I planted from seed. I did plant some broccoli in here and some cauliflower, I think, and it's trying to come up. So I think 6 of these holes are broccoli and 6 are cauliflower, and they're coming up. So I'm happy with that. That's a good sign. Yeah, looks like there's another one right there. Sweet. Over here in this pot, I decided to put some cucumber, and they're coming up. Look at that. So maybe have another round of cucumbers, maybe. This potato bed, this used to be my potato bed. I put the black-eyed peas in there because they do really well in the heat. And they're coming back. They kind of died off, but yeah, look, they're coming back. That's a good one right there. So I'm just gonna let those just do their thing and add the nutrients back into my soil. Anyway, I'm quickly losing light. So anyway, I'm glad I was able to get on here at least for one more video before I go back to work. I don't know how often I'll be on making videos after I go back to work because things just get crazy. My kid's starting his fishing tournament with BASS, and it's like a junior division, Youth Nation. So he'll be doing that. We'll be traveling and all the fun stuff, and he's still got football, and my other one has baseball. So we're just in the thick of it with kids sports, if you know what I mean. But it's been really great chatting with you guys, and I hope you guys stick around and see what we're doing and follow the Brandon Bros Fishing Show, because that's been a fun one with the kids. And it's funny because Hayes, he has his first tournament this weekend, and they sent out a message on our little group chat saying that these kids could very well be easily interviewed because they're gonna have like media there because it's sponsored by Bass. And so we were telling them, like, just think of it as like a YouTube video. Just think of it as you're talking on camera, like, you know, your name, how old you are, what school you go to, all this stuff, because, you know, that's a part of it. They interview you. When you go across the podium and you have to weigh in a fish, they ask you questions. So in a way, I hope that our little YouTube Brandon Bros Fishing Show has prepared him for talking in front of people and to people and about the things that he really likes doing. So it should be interesting. But I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me and supporting Grow Messy in the various different aspects that we have. And don't forget to subscribe and follow and like and all the things. And don't forget, we're still on Instagram, but Instagram is really more of a me update. I don't put the kids on there much. I like to keep it centralized with the YouTube as far as that goes. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you later. Let's get that freeze frame.